So the real estate market is officially red hot in Nashua, New Hampshire. I'm on my way to some showings, but I still want to get this market update out. So here we are live from my car, and to get right into it, this video I'm going to discuss Nashua's most recent market update, looking back at the month of February, what happened regarding new listings, sold listings, prices, and more in the market. Now, before I get started, in today's volatile real estate market, whether you're looking to make a move in the future or you know someone who is, make sure to pay attention to the stats I'm going to cover in this video and send it to anyone who may be thinking about also making a move. There's a ton of information out there. I'm sure you're seeing it on TV, on headlines, whatever. You want to make sure you're making decisions based on the most localized, accurate data possible, right? If you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to my channel as well so you never miss future market updates and changes in the market that will likely take place throughout the rest of this year. Now we'll jump right into some of the numbers. New listings that came on in February were 54, down from 8.5% from last year. And the number of sold listings in February was at 41, which is down 16.3%. So we're seeing less overall sales in February, and also a continued drop in inventory as well compared to last February, which means we're still in an inventory shortage. And during the month of February, we started to see some notable increase in buyer demand. It was slow there for a while, but to the point now where I'm filming this in the first few days of March, we are back to seeing tens of thousands of dollars over list price. We're seeing people waive contingencies. We're seeing buyers willing to pay over and above low appraisals. We're seeing a lot of cash offers. Rates have gone up, but so far, I'm not really seeing that hold buyers back. So keep that in mind. I'll circle back to rates in a minute. Looking at median days on market, same thing. February of this year, we were up to 7 days median days on market. That's only up 2 days from last year. So it's really not much of a difference. Homes that are priced correctly, in good condition, in move-in ready, are selling pretty quickly still. The median sale price has, believe it or not, gone up 6.6% from last February. We're back up to $405,000, which is, in my opinion, a direct result of the lack of inventory we have, and that is what's still driving the market regardless of the rates. Now, until inventory comes up, I really don't see any drastic reduction in prices. Now, to touch on rates, they were trending downward a little while last month ago, which was fueling more buyer demand. And now, as I'm filming this, they're trending back up. And I think you're going to hear a lot of that up and down pattern. I have no idea. I don't have a crystal ball, but I think throughout this year, you're going to see up and down. I'm going to leave it to the loan officers that I trust to speak to that specifically. But from a high level, just keep in mind the 2 to 3% interest rates we saw a few years ago are just not the norm, and they're not going to be the norm. And we shouldn't use that as a standard to measure against because it's just not realistic. There are many people who do have low rate mortgages, with that said, who did buy houses with those rates. And in some cases, I think that's holding people back from selling their house because they're not quite ready to let go of that rate just yet, which again is in turn is keeping inventory very low and keeping prices pretty steady. So that's part of the reason. Now, we still have less than 1 month of inventory in the market right now. We need about 4 to 6 months for a balanced market. And keep in mind that stat is a little bit of a lagging indicator because it's based on homes that have already closed. So we try to predict whether that is going to change in the next month or so. We can look at the same absorption rate metric, how many months of inventory, but instead of based on closed homes, based on pending homes, because those are off the market, but they're still pending. This gives us just a more recent data point. And based on that number, it's actually at 0.7 months, which is even slightly less than the closed metric. So long story short, we still have very low inventory. We still have less than a month of inventory, whether you look at closed or pending homes. So unless there's a catastrophic event, rates shoot up multiple points higher. I really don't see prices changing anytime soon. Some places are changing, but not dramatically. So what do you do from here? As I mentioned, I'm not here to tell you what to do or what's best for you because you're the only person who can fully know when the best time is for you to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, whatever you're looking to do. I'm here to give you all the pertinent information you need to ensure you make the best possible decision for yourself. And my advice for buyers, who have decided to need to purchase is the following. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and you need to buckle up and you need to prepare yourself for the ride. Competition is up, rates are up, but if you decided now's the time you need to purchase, there's a reason for that, right? Whatever that reason might be, it's probably outside of the market conditions, good or bad, right? You have your own lifestyle and things going on in your life that you need to address. And I would double down on that reason and partner with a knowledgeable agent who knows the market and who will do whatever it takes to get you in that house within your level of comfort, right? So just because it's an option doesn't mean you should necessarily do it. I could say, yeah, offer $50K over this, list price, waive the inspections, waive the appraisal, you'll get the house. But that comes with an extreme level of risk that I would not advise regardless of the house, right? So you want to be smart, calm, and calculated in this market, and most of all, patient. Even during the absolute most competitive time for buyers in the market over the last 2-3 years, I never had a buyer not get a home who really wanted one. Did it take several offers? Did it take a lot of time? Yes, but they ended up getting a home they loved. And so if you stick with it and keep putting one foot in front of the other, as a buyer, you will make it there if you're partnered with the right people. Sellers, there is going to come a point someday where you'll be sitting across from a realtor like myself talking to you about selling your home. You've decided it's the time and you're ready. And the conversation is probably going to discuss the fact that you may have missed the market and waited too long to get the number that you want, right? And I understand right now it's not a cakewalk even to sell, because you need to find where you're going to go next. And whether it's staying with friends and family or renting temporarily, you don't want to miss this window of time when you can still get an amazing price for your home, get multiple offers, a flexible closing timeline, etc. And I know you don't want to, move back with your parents. I know you don't want to live with in-laws or pay maybe a more expensive rent temporarily for a short amount of time while you're looking for the house. And if that's where you draw the line and you're just not willing to budge on that, you're willing to risk out on, on losing out on better offers you'd get now for a weaker offer later, I'm not here to convince you otherwise, right? I'm here to just acknowledge that will eventually be the case. And I would simply just encourage you, if you're in that situation, to look beyond the next year and consider how you'll feel when you're sitting in that new home with all the space you need, or with less space if you're looking to downsize, with the dream kitchen you've always wanted, with the amount of bedrooms, the finished basement, the yard, whatever it is you've always wanted. I encourage you, put yourself in that mindset. Imagine you're there. You're sitting in your home, maybe, on the porch overlooking the yard. You're eating supper in your beautiful kitchen. You're drinking coffee in the morning. Imagine yourself there in the home and ask that version of yourself in that mindset if it was worth the short-term temporary discomfort that you will likely go through for the few months of selling and buying and moving, but that enabled you to get into your home of your dreams, where you are now, where you will spend a large majority, if not the rest of your life, living in, enjoying, maybe raising a family, or relaxing, enjoying retirement. Give that some thought and see where you end up, right? So that pretty much wraps up the February's market update. I am Sam Boghigian with Keller Williams Gateway Realty here, giving you the unpolished, transparent, real update about what's going on in the market in Nashua and surrounding towns. If you do have questions regarding Nashua's numbers, what's going on in other surrounding towns in southern New Hampshire or northern Massachusetts, feel free to shoot me an email at sboghigian@kw.com. All my info is down below in the description. Feel free to reach out any way you feel best, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on future updates, because I do think we're going to be in for a very interesting year in 2023. So stay tuned for that. Let me know if you have questions. I'd be happy to answer any and all inquiries that you have about what's going on in the market, where you're at, or anything like that. So otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Take care.